What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a disc review of the Zone SS, so let's go. Alright, so like I said, we're doing a review of the Zone SS. I've got three different ones here. Well, kinda. You got the first run Z one that I had dyed. You got the cool 6-claw one. If you didn't see the 6-claw they did, I think it was Black Friday, because if you know the 4-claw Zone that's really hard to get right now, they did a 6-claw kind of as a Black Friday thing. And then a Crystal Sparkle Zone SS. So basically the whole point of this video is I'm gonna do some backhand throws with it. I'm gonna do some forehand throws with it, and then I'll give my final review after that. But yeah, the Zone SS is basically what everybody wanted. Like everybody's always for years has been saying, oh, I want a straighter zone. I want a straighter zone. Well, they never gave it to us. They had the normal zone for years, then went Zone OS, and then now they finally gave us a straighter zone. Basically, if you want to beat up a zone, this is pretty much it. Now, some runs I've thrown have been a little flippy. I haven't gotten my hands on a ESP zone, but I do have a clip of me throwing it that I'll actually throw up right now, that I threw on a forehand. So you saw it was pretty much, but my forehand, I throw it on so much hyzer anyway, and the Zone SS is not that flippy, so it kind of just makes up for it. But like I said, we're going to throw some backhands. This is traditionally, or normally, I don't know, traditionally is not the right word, but normally this is what I like to throw, is the backhand. And I typically like this for kind of like a straight pushing, maybe a tiny little bit of flip up kind of thing. So let me show you how it does. See, when you put it on a little bit of hyzer, it's not really super flippy. But if you get it flat enough, which that's the one thing I struggle with, is getting it flat. But it holds that angle, but it pushes a lot straighter than your normal zone, and it doesn't have the normal dip. So now I'm going to see if I can get this one a little flatter and just see if I can make that work. See, there you go. A little bit flatter. So it didn't, like, it still had still on a little bit of hyzer, but it was a lot flatter. So now I'm going to show you how it holds on an anhyzer angle, and see if we can make this work. Probably not enough Annie, but see, it's like it's a good disc, but it's like if you want it for Annie shots, you probably got to put a lot more power than what I just did behind it. But overall, really good on a backhand. So let's go let me go collect those, and we'll be right back for some forehands. Alrighty, so we saw how they did on a backhand, which, like I said, that's the way I prefer it with this disc. But forehands are also very good. So I'm gonna try to do hyzer, flat, and then Annie. I'm gonna try to get this one flat first. So let's see. Well, but you see, it's like even on a hyzer, even though it came out a little early, but on a hyzer, it just holds it. It's not. Now, if I could probably get it a little bit better, basically we're just going to try to see if I can get it flat, but if it comes out on hyzer, hopefully I can get a better release with it. But let's see. That's better, but you see it kind of holds that angle. So it's not, like I said, it's not super flippy, but once you beat it in, obviously, it's going to be a nice, like, flip up to flat, and probably some pros, and maybe even you watching probably could get it to be flippy enough. But I don't really throw it on forehands much. Like you saw when I showed you the clip of me throwing the ESP one on a forehand. It was good. It was good, but like that was the intended shot for that hole. But like the good thing about the zone is it still has that zone feel and flight, so it's still really, really good. So now let's see if I can get this one on some Annie and see how it does. See, it gets a nice little S shape. Probably wasn't a ton of Annie, but it gets a nice little S shape out of it, and then it doesn't fade as hard as the normal zone. Like I have too many clips of me throwing a zone on this channel, because that's been my go-to disc for probably all 5 years. I think it's one of the longest molds that's been in my bag for all 5 years. I've tried the Entropy, I've tried the Harp, but the zone has just been the go-to. Even when I was fully with Gateway, I was like, I'm gonna go with zone. And so now that I'm primarily open bag, but have the couple sponsors that have me throwing the disc, it makes it a lot better. So now let me go collect those and we'll be right back for the outro. Alrighty, so final review time. I like the Zone SS. I like it so much that I got the best logo in college football, even though at the time we just got eliminated from the playoffs about a week ago at the time I'm filming this. Hopefully whoever won the national championship, because at the time I'm filming this, I don't know. But I like it so much that I got it dyed. This one is actually currently in the bag, and then I've got, like I said, I like them all. Like, I prefer it on backhand. Like some of you out there that might be 100% better forehands, which most of you probably are, probably like this for a forehand disc if you've gotten your hands on it. If not, I highly recommend this disc. It's, like I said, it's been the one thing. Like I said, it's not as stable as a normal zone. I should have brought a zone to really show it, but it's not as stable as a normal zone, but it's straighter. Like I said, I like it a lot. It's in my bag for those kind of, like, I need something straight but still have that stability kind of thing. A little, because like I have a Cash in my bag and it's kind of straight, but it's starting to beat into be a little bit more straighter. So this one's kind of like where it's straight but still has a lot more dump than the Cash. So it's kind of, both are kind of work out together. But like I said, highly recommend this disc if you have a chance to get it. But with all that being said, like I said, I love this disc. Prefer it on backhand, not forehand, not necessarily, because I'm still working on that. But overall, really good disc. But with all that being said, thanks to my sponsors. We'll see y'all on the course.